You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, card shop, arcade, theme park, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
This is Tony Chimmel, and I'd like to introduce the hosts of the Game Marks podcast, George Feis and Johnny Clash.
Welcome to the Game Marks podcast presented by the Major Pod Network. I am Mr. Anything is Feasible, George Feis.
And I'm the man they call Johnny Clash, and today we are playing simple 1500 series, the Pro Wrestling. How's this game going to hold up? Is it going to get a play it forever?
Woo!
Or a future endeavor?
You're fired!
We're also talking about GTA 6, Skate 4, and also, I just bought an Xbox.
Oh God, the world has changed forever. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review for this podcast on both Apple Podcast and Spotify. And follow us on all forms of social media at GameMarksPod. And check out all of the exclusive content we are creating for our Patreon at patreon.com/GameMarksPod. Johnny Clash, how are we doing?
It's so hot in this room that I am in right now, and there's no air conditioner in here, but this is like the kind of cool part. Like, you know how you have like a cedar closet and it's like lined with the cedar? My floor is cedar, so when it gets hot, it just smells really cool. Like, it smells like that, like woody.
It smells good, yeah.
Yeah, like it smells nice. But you're probably going to see, if you're watching the video version, the sweat just develop on my forehead as we're recording this, and it's just going to keep dripping down. But George, last week, WrestleMania 19, GameCube.
Man, oh man.
I didn't put it away. I told you it was still going to be here. It's one of those that I can't even say that I thought about it all week, because I think I always think about it. And like,
it's a game that will stand the test of time for Johnny Clash.
Yeah, I'm ready to dive back into another revenge mode. I know you said you want to do it too. I think we're ready for a little playthrough of that. I could go on. I could keep doing it. So let's bang them all out. Let's find that book I had of who I completed it as a kid, and let's finish as every wrestler.
I would pay good money to see that.
I'll tell you right now, it was like,
got?
I know it was Rey Mysterio, it was Cena, because I hated his finisher. And that's probably where it died after I did it a couple times. You know, use your creative wrestler or whatever.
Yeah.
But all right,
Damn.
The fifth and the last WWE 2K22 DLC pack is scheduled to release this week, where you're getting Commander Aziz, LA Knight, Logan Paul, who just signed a WWE contract, so that's fitting. Machine Gun Kelly, I can't wait to play as him and just make everyone mad. RVD, Sarray, and Xia Li.
Now, how many of these people... So, LA Knight isn't LA Knight anymore.
Nope.
I think the Xia Li that's in the DLC isn't the same character that
right.
she is now.
She repackaged. RVD is RVD.
Yep.
Machine Gun Kelly, Logan Paul, you know.
He's just gonna, looking like he did when he got powerbombed by
now,
Mr. Kevin Owens.
Oh, that was cool. Now, Logan Paul. I'm trying to think. This came out around the time. This came out after WrestleMania or before, right around maybe that week. But he didn't have his debut match yet. So are we going to get Logan Paul in his tights? Like, did he send... I almost said THQ. Did he send 2K what his tight design was, and they made it? Did they have time to put it in? I don't know.
I wonder what they're gonna put him. Is he just gonna be wearing like street clothes?
Probably. Maybe boxing stuff. Even though his brother's more the boxer,
that's also a
but
possibility.
I don't know. I feel like we heard so many times that the game was preloaded with this DLC, so I'm not sure if he's gonna have his actual gear. So that'll be interesting to see.
But hey, listen. I don't know if you had heard, but we're doing a little thing with our Twitter page. When we hit 1,000 Twitter followers, we are going to be dropping the video game history of one Mick Foley. And when I say one Mick Foley, I mean it's Mick Foley. It's Cactus Jack. It's Dude Love. It's Mankind.
And its commissioner, Mick Foley.
And its commissioner.
I'm very excited for that. So head on over, please.
He's not in the TNA game, right? We don't have to cover that?
Oh, that's a good question. He might be in some of the mobile ones.
Oh.
The later ones, because like Ric Flair is, Hogan is. He might be in those. He was there that era.
Yeah, think about that.
Huh. See, this is why we do these deep dives.
There you go.
Like, hey, if you want to know what we're talking about, if you're new to this, go ahead check out our YouTube. We just did the Road Warriors a couple months ago. We've done Bret Hart. We did the Undertaker. Unfortunately, that one's only available in audio, but the rest we do in video, and that's one of my favorite things that we do. They're so much fun. And also, I think me and you have to talk after this is over. But we have something special, I think, planned for August that we're going to kick off here on the podcast.
Oh, that thing?
That little thing. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Probably give you more details on that next week, but it's going to be a lot of fun. But hey.
Oh, man. I don't know I'm ready for you to do this part. I don't know if I'm ready for you to... Like, I know what you're going to do. I just don't know if I'm ready for it.
So there's WWC bad, and then there's Simple 1500, the pro wrestling bad, and they're on complete opposite ends of the bad spectrum. But I am putting on my nostalgia goggles. I'm strapping in, and I'm ready to go, because it's time for the deep dive, sponsored by Zavvi.
I feel like I tripped and I fell into the pool.
You're gonna skin your knee. Hey, George. You see this light here that says game over that I point to at the end of every single episode, like Ronda Rousey pointing to that WrestleMania sign?
I do.
Do you know where I got it?
Why don't you tell me?
I got it from Zavvi. That's us.zavvi.com, Zavvi, and they literally have everything. I have spent hours on this website looking up Mandalorian, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, like everything you could imagine. There's Legos, Power Rangers. You could pre-order the new Marvel Legends. It's an insane website that has literally everything pop culture. There's even Batman shoes on here.
I mean, I know for me, a little like adult Zen garden project that I like to do is like the smaller Lego sets, and Zavvi has a lot of those Lego sets on there and getting kind of itchy. So if you like all things pop culture, like John said, Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, Nintendo, they're even getting into the wrestling game now.
Oh yeah.
Zavvi is the place for you.
That's right. Use code GameMarks, simply just GameMarks, at checkout, and you can get 10% off.
I'm going to redo my wardrobe. All right. Simple 1500 Series, the Pro Wrestling, also known as Simple 1500 Series Volume 22, released December 9th, 1999 for the PlayStation 1, published by D3 Publisher and developed by Ukes, oddly enough. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Other games that are out in 1999, you have King Soul, All Japan Pro Wrestling, Giant Graham, All Japan Pro Wrestling 2, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Tokan Retsuden 4, WCW NWO Thunder, WCW Mayhem, WWF Attitude, WWF WrestleMania 2000, and Fire Pro Wrestling G.
I feel like when it's like 99 and 2000, we don't even have to like say what they are because we just know already.
It's everything.
Actually,
most of these we've already done episodes on.
Today, the day we were recording, not the day this comes out, the day me and you are actually sitting here recording, is the 24-year anniversary of Warzone's release. How crazy is that?
Ooh.
We've been blessed.
That just made me feel old.
We've been blessed with Warzone for 24 years. Holy
I got that
crap.
the year. That means that 24 years have passed since I got that the year that game came out, and I did not need that reminder of how much time has passed. So thank you for that.
Yep. But hey, I'll always remember it as that demo I had where I could only play Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels. So
that demo game.
So okay, let's put it out there right now. Simple 1500 series is a gigantic series of budget games that were published by a Japanese publisher, D3 Publisher, and that is underneath Bandai Namco Entertainment, so it's a subsidiary of them. This game is built upon Smackdown, which is why it's developed by Ukes, And that was developed, as we know, upon Tokon Resuden 3, so it evolves. But this is literally a reskin of SmackDown, but you're not getting the cool matches, you're not getting tag matches, you're just getting a simplified version with fake characters. Like we said, it's a budget title. But now, I wanted to do a little dive into the actual Simple 1500 series. These go on forever.
I don't know. I'm trying to find a count of how many there are total.
So, from what I saw, the last one is volume 104, and that's the Pink Panther Pinkadelic Pursuit. And then it goes to Simple 1500 Jitsuyo series, and then the Simple 1500 Hello Kitty series. And then on the PlayStation 2, it goes to the Simple 2000 series. So it goes all the way up. I think it goes all the way up to PS3, you had mentioned earlier.
So here's what I'm seeing. You have PlayStation. PlayStation 2 is the Simple 2000 series. Then you have the PSP, which is the Simple 2500. Then you have Simple 2000 on the Dreamcast. You have Simple 2960 on the Game Boy Advance.
Jeez.
Simple DS. I'll give you one guess as to what that is for. And then you have the Simple Wii series and the Simple 2000 Wii series.
It's just endless. But, okay, so...
A lot of games.
I don't even remember their name. The WWC developers that we contacted, I don't remember. Phoenix Games? Is that what it was? Phoenix Games.
Yes, Phoenix Games.
Their version of budget games are a lot different than a Bandai Namco subsidiary version of these games. So,
yes.
Volume 1 was Mahjong. If you've played, we've all played that. We've all had Windows XP. We've all played Mahjong. So maybe they started off as these simple games. Maybe there was some solitaire. Maybe some spider solitaire. Who knows?
Maybe that's where the name comes from.
Right.
Because they were simple games.
So by Volume 21, somehow they were able to build upon the SmackDown series. I'm sorry, 22. But you're not getting bad games here. Like, Volume 21 is a baseball game that looked decent. I took a look into it. Now, there's this other one I pointed out specifically. It's called Street Skater, where it's SK8ER. If you look at it, it looks like a Tony Hawk, but it's not. It's not there. But it looks like it could be fun. I see it's more simple controls. It's not as advanced as Tony Hawk. It's probably just skate around and do tricks. As far as I know, it's not built on the Tony Hawk engine at all. But it has a soundtrack featuring H2O, who I used to love, Less Than Jake, and Eye Against Eye, which they put a lot into this here.
Hell yeah.
So this whole
I'm down for that.
Yeah, this whole series is kind of like, what is this? What are we doing here?
Well, I have a great idea. Once we have run through all of the wrestling games, we're going to rebrand the podcast, and we're going to become the Simple Series Podcast. And we're just gonna play through all of the Simple series of games. That's what we're gonna do. You down?
Maybe that's our next Patreon show. I'll whoop you in Mahjong. I actually passed a billboard outside of a church today, I think.
For Mahjong?
It was like intro to beginner Mahjong, or like Mahjong refresher course or something. I was like, who goes to that? People go to that? That's cool, I guess.
You could beat me in Mahjong. I want to beat you in Volume 76, The Dodgeball.
Oh, that could be fun. It's the first Knockout. Knockout City was built upon that volume.
Yes, that's what it is.
So let's talk about the gameplay. We mentioned already it's SmackDown, but it's only SmackDown in gameplay, I feel. The HUD is different. Yeah, the HUD is different. Like, you're getting just, the little tick down meter. You're not getting a special at all. So there's no special meter. Like, SmackDown had those little glowy balls that showed you where the special was. Those do not exist. But what does exist is the body fatigue indicator, easy for me to say, which not...
You are a robot.
Yeah, you're a robot.
You are a little tiny robot.
Your feet are like out.
Arms.
Yeah, you look like you're doing a snow angel. It takes maybe 1 or 2 moves for you to get in the orange, which is crazy. 3 moves, you're now in the red. But the weird part is, we've mentioned before that this was something Japanese games did early on, but not American games. We didn't see this until Here Comes the Pain, but they're doing it here in a SmackDown reskin. So that's kind of cool. We're getting it a little early on.
I think the biggest glaring difference between what you would normally expect from the SmackDown series, or mainly SmackDown 1, and this game, is the body types are either like, there are very few people who are just built like an average size wrestler. Everyone else is either like 3 Vaders wide, or they are just the skeleton.
Yeah, there's no real wrestlers involved here. We were kind of wondering as we were playing, like, are these reskins of wrestlers too, or are they just the moves? But the mishmash of moves that you could do in this game,
The best.
It's like they took the greatest hits from every wrestler in SmackDown and just gave them to you. Like, I was a big dude with a bandit mask, and I was doing like X-Pac's moves. I don't know.
It's amazing. There's just something that is. You just got to go see it. The character models are ridiculous in both directions. People are comically large. People are comically small, and the outfits and hairstyles and overall just look of that. It does the PS1 justice.
That's exactly. You know what? It goes back to, I guess, like what we were saying, Tokan Retsuden 3, how they were a little. They were a little bit more exaggerated than the SmackDown. SmackDown, they were trying to be a little bit more, compete with. Came right after Attitude. No Mercy's coming out, which doesn't really look like wrestlers. We keep saying how good Mayhem looked. So SmackDown had to look just as good. This is new technology where the whole body is one skin, which developed in Nitro. I think was the first game to feature that. So
yeah,
we're working our way up here. There's no joints in the body, which we were trying to say. Like, No Mercy is just completely
noodles.
You're a complete doodle bob in No Mercy.
You're either a noodle or you're like an old Stretch Armstrong where everything inside has just solidified.
Or like when you would poke like a hole in one and then that would solidify like a little pimple.
Yes, yeah, it's that.
But okay, we said you don't get what you got in SmackDown as far as matches. So you got a singles match. You get
barely any matches.
A singles match, which is just your basic match. There's nothing there other than a ring and an arena. That's it. You get a few little crowd members. You got a death match, which is just knockout only. And then you get a battle royal, which I think is 4 wrestlers at a time only. And then a title match, which is just for a title. And then Champion Road, which is just your typical bracket style. You fight one guy, then you fight the rest of the roster. But you could also see the rankings, George. So if you play this enough to have
very important
rankings, you could do that. But hey, just like every wrestler in the game, you could also create a wrestler because
the roster is create wrestlers, and you can make more.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have a list of the roster this week. There's only...
So I have an idea. We were not able to, in all of the research that John did putting these notes together, he wasn't able to find the roster. But I have a possible solution. I have reopened the game. Would you like me to use the magic of Google Translate to read you this roster?
Oh, absolutely. Please do.
All right. So here we go. So it starts with Water Mirror. Or Water Minion, maybe. Then we're going to switch on over to Fuwajiro. And then there's a little description that says, a veteran who was so rough that he is called a demon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now, wait, we have to point out that you're not getting pictures of the wrestlers on the roster select screen. They're all laid out there.
Can you just post this on our Twitter, please?
Yes, I can.
It's because everyone needs to see this.
Yes. They are just little like clip art icons.
That mean nothing.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
Okay, so then next you have Gota Soromachi. It says he is a rookie but has a well-balanced ability, which good for him. Then there's.
Good job.
Then there's Prince Akasaka, who fascinates fans with beautiful techniques and appearances.
You know who would do great in this roster? But Shibushi. If you know, you know.
Then you have Toyota Masayaku, and it says the sharpness and quickness of the techniques tell his ability.
Okay.
Maybe I'm going to stop reading the descriptions for every person. Then you have Crow's Crow.
Okay.
That's the greatest. That's John's new
The
wrestling
crows
name.
have eyes.
Then you have Mask the Leo. Then Nightmare. Well, that one's easy.
Yeah.
Followed by Machine Gun Joe. That's the guy that you...
Maybe that was the guy with the pink hair.
His name was just Joe. Yep. Then you have Sasori.
Wow, they predicted Machine Gun Kelly before Machine Gun Kelly predicted Machine Gun Kelly.
El Torano.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. What you got? What you got?
El Metolo? Meteolo?
El Melatonin. He's so bad at wrestling, he makes you fall asleep.
Puts you to sleep. Then you have Elborn.
Finish each other's sentences, see?
It's supposed to be Hellborn, I guess. El Trementa. Mr. Altron. DDD.
Wonder what his finisher is.
From Kirby, apparently. Snake Daddy.
Okay.
The Land Before.
Time?
Oh, no, it actually says The Land Before Time.
Oh.
Okay.
Sure.
And then your last two are Red Eagle Build and Attack Man.
Oh, Attack Man, of course.
Attack Man, everyone's favorite wrestler from the Simple 1500 series, Attack Man. And that's your roster for the pro wrestling. I'm so glad that we did that.
That was, we needed to do that because we didn't do that as we play and we just kind of named them as we named. So check out our playthrough to see what we named them because it was a good time. But let's talk about the cover of this game because a lot of these simple 1500 games just had the same cover. It's kind of sleek looking. I mean, what more do you need? If you're a series of games, it's a black background with a nice border and then a little like vignetted photo of what the game is in the middle.
I mean, listen, we say all the time here that for some games you don't need a lot of bells and whistles. You just need to tell the people what it is that you're playing or what you're trying to sell. And the Simple 1500 and all the way up, they do that.
Yeah, holding the belt up, it looks pretty good. Now the back, you're just getting a lot of text on black background. Again, nothing fancy about this. 3 screenshots of the game. They it looks very Smackdowny on the back screenshot, so I guess that's what they were trying to sell here. I wonder what the price point of these games were when they came out. Was this like a $5 game? Was this like a $9.99 game?
I know. I will say this: I do like the D3 Publishing logo.
It's pretty cool, right? It's actually the Anaheim Ducks logo. So.
Oh God, maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah. And of course, the PlayStation disc itself is just a image of the cover again in grayscale.
It's the same thing. And then, do you know what the start screen is? Do you know what that looks like?
Tell me.
It's the cover again.
It's the cover again, but it's on your screen. Go figure. It's actually the only thing in this game that is a real image.
Yes.
Which is crazy because this is a PlayStation game. You are capable of putting real images in a PlayStation game, yet it is still pixeled. You could put a real game in here, a real photo. So you're getting that photo, which actually you could see like the strap on the belt a little bit better and stuff in that start screen photo. But now when you enter, you just go, there's no FMV, there's no highlight reel. You just go straight into the game, straight into the options, and you get the options we listed before. It's only 4 of them, and you jump right into the character select screen like George just read. It is cute little icons, like a little shark face, a little scary man, a little fire. There's a wanted sign for one of them, which is just a dude. You get into the game, you really don't know what your character is going to look like. You kind of got to remember, like, all right, this one's this one's this.
I think that's the best part.
Spike Dudley. This one is, I had like a Val Venus type person. I don't know.
I had an Undertaker Brock Lesnar combo.
It's just weird. But let's talk about the actual art style of the game because like the wrestlers themselves are Smackdown.
I'd say Smackdown 1.
I feel like it looks more like Royal Rumble for Dreamcast. Sorry to bring that up again. And which is essentially SmackDown but for Dreamcast.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more there. I think the move name comes up on the bottom of the screen when you hit a move. That is an option you could actually turn on in SmackDown. I hated that.
Which I totally forgot about.
So annoying. Yeah, so annoying, especially when you can't read them in this one. But now, when you have more than 2 people in the ring at a time, the HUD is already big. That body meter is already big. Now it's taking up like almost half the screen.
I think they should have made the very simple fix here. Make the name plate smaller, and then tuck in the body meter next to to the left or
There's
the right.
no simple fix here.
That's the fix to make the HUD smaller.
Uke said, "Pay me, here you go, do what you want."
Pay me, print this game.
Pretty much. Actually, when you look at the back cover, Uke's isn't even on it. They probably don't even want anything to do with this. But it's pretty cool. Now, you get a regular arena. You get the blue barricades that don't look like real barricades. You get mats outside the ring. And then you get a papery crowd that's very, 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 very repetitive. They didn't even try to put the same character away from, doubled up, but they're right next to each other in the same shirt. It's pretty bad. There's no entrances, no ring announcer, no referee. It is as bare bones as you can get.
And the crowd makes the same sound every time that you do a move, regardless of what move it is, and regardless of how long the match goes. It's the same sound every single time.
Every single time. Same move animations, obviously, which some of them, they just... SmackDown was a weird game, but we love it. But I think there's one thing I want to talk about, but first, did you know? Did you know Simple 1500 Series The Pro Wrestling 2 is built upon SmackDown 2 and is also known as Volume 52?
Did you know the Simple 2000 series on the PlayStation 2 features Volume 42, the Ishu Kakatsutogi, boxing versus kick versus karate versus pro wrestling versus jiu-jitsu versus AKA the mixed martial arts developed by Daft?
I made you read that one on purpose. Did you know the Simple 1500 series, the Pro Wrestling,
dream?
is on eBay from $9 to $60. So it's an MMA game. It's listed out because they list everything out: boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu.
Thank God it's on the PlayStation 2. You got a little more real estate for the cover. You can fit all those words on there.
It's just a big mishmash.
There's no vignette. It looks like vignette with the text.
It looks like the Fire Pro Z cover. It's just all that text. Oh my God. So I wanted to touch upon SmackDown 2 being the second game's engine, obviously, and there's debate. They apparently denied that it was SmackDown 2, even though it's blatantly SmackDown 2. But the telltale is one of the songs is the exact song from the Create a Wrestler screen of SmackDown 2. So if you're gonna lie, I mean, at least don't use the exact parts in there.
How'd that get in there?
Yeah, I don't know. One thing we were missing, I think, in this game was finishers.
Yes.
But there were big moves that you could just do at any point.
Like a chokeslam or a Death Valley driver or a massive powerbomb or a tombstone.
You killed me with power bombs. yeah, or a weird sling blade
or a butsabushi.
Or a butsabushi. All right, but we're going to go into the ratings and reviews here. I would say kick back, but you're not going to have time to kick back because
it's just short week.
Nothing. I got the game FAQ user rating, but the game rating is out of only 5 ratings, and it's a 2.5 out of 5. The difficulty is 3 out of 5, and there's only 2 ratings there. And the length played is only 1 for 12 hours.
That's a long time. I mean, maybe they played through the champion mode?
Maybe. Maybe that's what...
A few times?
I was thinking. I tried searching for ratings of this, because sometimes you get lucky on even... sites if we rated it, like a podcast or a publication.
Yeah, other people that played this.
And I got to Honest Gamers, and I was like, oh, okay, they actually really like this game. Oh, this is cool. Okay, they got some ratings here. Well, they found GameSpot, they found IGN. What? And I clicked it. The whole time I was reading Power Move Pro Wrestling. Yeah, somehow that came up in my search when I was searching for this game.
I wonder if the secret levels have played this game or any of the games from this series. If not, maybe we issue a challenge.
I don't know. This might be too late for them. I don't know.
No, this might just be on that cutoff.
We could see. Maybe they'll play it with us.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah. But all right. You heard the ratings from that one guy on Game FAQ, but now it's time for our ratings because it is time to rate the game.
The game!
All right, Johnny Clash. Simple. 1500 series, The Pro Wrestling. Will you play it forever?
Woo!
Or future endeavor?
You're fired!
This is tough because SmackDown. We love SmackDown. Is it good though when it's just the bare bones? When it's just the gameplay from it? When you don't get that SmackDown going across the screen? When you hit your finisher? Your crappy looking pedigree? I just don't know. I think I'm going to say play it forever.
Woo!
Because of when we were playing it, I said, can we play one more? I want to play one more. Like, is it bad? I want to play more. And, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's SmackDown. Just you don't have to deal with the entrances. You don't have to deal with the load times. SmackDown's load times were terrible. You're now cutting out half the game. This has to be better, right?
That's true.
You don't get the nice Trish load screen, though. Damn. I don't know. Future. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm going to say play it forever.
All right.
And now, what say you, George?
This is right on that line of it's already a game that exists. And I feel like that's a double-edged sword because SmackDown 1 already exists and is good. And then you took this game and it's just like, what if it was SmackDown 1, but all created wrestlers? And on paper, that doesn't sound so bad.
No. But remember, it's a budget series. It's something someone would buy in, like, Odd Job or one of those stores back in the day.
I want to give it a play it forever for all the grandmas who bought this game for their grandchildren.
100%, yeah.
And I think I'm going to do that. I think it's going to be just on that line of a play it forever. Mainly because if you like SmackDown 1...
If you like SmackDown 1... Oh,
getting caught in the rain. This is it. You like it. It just doesn't have any of the big names, but it also doesn't have any of the load time, so...
Woo!
Okay.
Double play it forever.
Double piff.
I hate
double
that.
piff.
I hate piff.
All right, but that's our game, simple 1500 series Pro Wrestling. But right now, it's time to enter the soft lock.
All right, Soft Lock is a weekly segment where one of our mega marks from our Patreon give us a topic, and John and I talk about that topic. And sometimes we get topics like this where it's not even really a question, but man, this is a great thing. This comes from Tecker, and Tecker would like us, feeling inspired from what we talked about last week, draft a current day Def Jam roster for a future game. Now we can, he said, we each get 5, so we get a total of 10. And he said to flip a coin to see who goes first.
Do you have a coin?
No, John, I'm going to be a gentleman, and I'm just going to let you go first.
All right.
I'm just hoping that you don't pick any of the people that I pick.
I cannot wait to see who we pick.
Or do we want to go 1-1? You start.
Yeah, I think that's what we were going to do.
Okay, that works for me.
That's what you're saying.
Typical draft rules. Got it.
All right. Standing at a 5'2", out of the University of Phoenix, hailing from New Orleans, Louisiana, Lil Wayne. Welcome to the Clash brand Def Jam.
All right. I'm going with an easy one, and I'm pretty sure he's never been in a Def Jam game. I'm going with Jay-Z.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Now, you might have an issue here when we're talking about King, because Jay-Z is pretty much the king until you get to Dr. Dre.
Oh,
he's coming to my side.
Okay, all right. Well, I feel like another person that needs to be in there is Kanye West.
Has he ever? He's never been in one?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Unless he makes like cameo. I mean, we haven't done Icon, and I haven't played Icon. So there's an
No, me
icon and a
neither.
PSP version that we haven't played, but I don't think the roster on the PSP games changed.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pick a guy that I once sat next to on a flight from Miami, and that is Lil Baby.
Okay. Now, I'm going to switch it up here because you know that you don't have to be a Def Jam rapper to be in the Def Jam game. So we're going to switch it up now. I think Nicki Minaj should be in the game.
That's funny you say that because I had a sleeper pick too, and that's Halsey.
Oh, okay.
All right, that would be good fit, good soundtrack.
What are we on, 4?
Yeah, this is your last pick.
This is the last pick? All right.
I think. Yeah, this.
So Jay-Z, Kanye.
No, maybe you have one more because I went first.
Yeah, Jay-Z, Kanye. Yeah, I got 2 more. All right, so then I'm going to do Lil Dicky.
Ooh, okay, cool. Now to piss everyone off, I'm putting MGK in this.
Well, I mean,
Eminem would just block him from being in it. So
if you're a producer, does that count? You can be in the game if you're
Sure.
a producer? Okay, but what about if you're someone who is featured on beats in a lot of...
why not?
All right, cool. Give me Travis Barker.
Oh, hell yeah. That would be awesome. Why not? All right, cool. We just proved how little we know about rap, and that was great. Good. Glad we're not booking the Def Jam games.
The Jeff Jam?
The Jeff Jam games.
Is that Jeff
modest
Jarrett Def
to
Jams?
the top. Oh,
Or is it like Jeff Jarrett doing like jock jams, and it's just the songs that get him pumped?
yes, but it's Road Dogg doing them.
I'm not hearing a bad idea.
All right. What do you say we head on over now to some gaming news?
Let's go.
All right, your gaming news sponsored by WrestleChamps, new for the iOS and Android. Check us out. We are in the game. Go pick it up yourself. Skate 4 announced today that they are going to be a live service free-to-play title on launch, which is pretty cool. Nintendo announced its intentions this week to fully acquire Dynamo Pictures, a CGI animation company, and convert it to Nintendo Pictures to kind of use their IPs for all different types of media. WizKids has announced a new Marvel-themed board game in which players clean up the messes left behind from epic superhero battles, which is based on a comic series. And, you know, all these giant battles happen. Who's the one
true.
cleaning up the rubble? You know?
I mean, that's a
think
whole
of,
plot line in Spider-Man.
Age of Ultron. Who's cleaning all that?
Who's
I don't know.
cleaning up Sokovia that doesn't exist?
Exactly. GTA 6 will not have 3 protagonists like GTA 5. You're only going to get one main guy, and I'm not that upset about that. While I love Trevor and all them, I'm good with not having the load time to switch between. Or, you know, you're just getting started, you're getting good in like a game, and it's like, switch back to Michael, and you're like, oh, but
I don't want to play as Michael, though.
Franklin was way more fun.
I was saying, this was my problem. My favorite part in GTA was when Franklin gets the auto shop, and you can customize all your cars for free.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I got there, you get the shop, you change the car, and it's like, all right, go be Mike. I'm like, I'm going to sit here for 4 hours and just like customize cars now. So
Yeah, that's why
you
it took
can go
forever to
away,
beat that
game.
Yeah. But all right. So, yeah, I bought an Xbox. We discussed it. It just made sense for the games I play. I only play EA games on my PlayStation, and I already paid for the Microsoft account. So why not? You know? Why
I'm not far behind.
So, the first game here I have on the games releasing this week is As Dusk Falls. I didn't really know much about it. I read the synopsis. I watched some stuff. And I preloaded it onto the Xbox because it actually looked pretty cool. It had like a Last of Us vibe, but without the zombies, if that makes sense. Maybe
Okay.
I don't know much to talk about it that way, but yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give it a go and see what it's about as my first Xbox game since it literally comes out this week. Now, you're also getting Century Age of Ashes, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC, Stray, Severed Steel, not severed. Maybe it's severely severed.
It's very severed.
Bright Memory Infinite, Koromon, Hellpie, Severed Steel for the Switch then, Capcom Arcade Second Stadium, Live a Live or Live a Live or Live Alive or Live a Live. I don't know what that is. And then Severed Steel comes to the Xbox at the end of the week.
I have some breaking news here.
Uh-oh.
Did you happen to see what was posted in our Discord?
Where?
Limited Runs Games is coming out with Star Wars packaged versions of Star Wars Dark Forces, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, and Star Wars Racer. These look awesome. It looks like the price point is going to be anywhere between $85 to
nope. See ya.
To around $100. I don't know if I'd be picking these up, but man, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is something. I feel like something Broski would buy and then flip the next week. That packaging though, just so iconic on the Star Wars.
Oh, that packaging is great. I'm a big fan of this.
I've already told you I sold them at a garage sale for $8 for the entire Millennium Falcon full of toys.
Oh, that pains. That's pain.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
All right. YouTube.com/GameMarksPodcast for all of our weekly playthrough videos, exclusive content, and more like this week and every other week's game. John, what do we have going on Patreon?
All right. Monday, you're getting the ad-free show as well as the show notes. Tuesday, GMP Game Over, where we are making our way through the European Championship with Perry Saturn. Wednesday, you are getting Future Endeavor. Last week, I played Hal Wrestling. Now, George, you are playing. Oh, we love this one, and we love that you just hung out outside the ring and beat me as Kevin Nash when we played this 2 years ago on Gameberry. You're playing WCW Nitro. Last week on Thursday, OMG came out. That's one more game where we play anything but a wrestling game, and I clean the floor with you in Soul Calibur 6. And next week, we are getting Episode 5 of Wild's World. Now, George, August 7th, live on Twitch.
It's going down.
GMP64, unsanctioned. Who's going to try to take that title from Brock Lesnar in WWF No Mercy?
It is on, John. I'm coming for you.
All right.
All right. John, would you like to know what we are playing next week on the podcast? I think you're going to be very excited.
Tell me more, tell me more.
We are playing UFC Sudden Impact. This is the second UFC game in the series, and I am...
Oh, I hope it's better than the first.
Oddly very excited just knowing how much of a train wreck the first one was.
Yeah, might also be one of the worst covers in video game history.
I am...
But besides the point.
Yes. I am also going to remain cautiously optimistic about UFC Sudden Impact, and we'll see what happens.
All right, hopefully they learned from the first game.
All right, well, that's it, guys. Make sure to check us out, GameMarksPod.com/shop for all of our exclusive merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/GameMarksPod for all of our new shirt designs. I think by the time you are hearing this, there should be a shirt going up at some point this week, maybe more than one. And Patreon.com/GameMarksPod for all of our exclusive content like show notes, exclusive shows, and a whole lot more at GameMarksPod on all forms of social media. And please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and leave us a review and a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you have a product or service that you would like to advertise on this podcast, please reach out to us at GameMarksPod@gmail.com. John, that's it. Another game.
Another game. Another dollar.
I think that it is time for you to do that thing that you do.
Game over. Marks. George, say something stupid.
Game Marks Podcast, put them on the radar. Playing rare games, Sega Saturn, no game shark. Johnny and George work hard and they play hard. Future Endeavor games and put them in the graveyard. From the deep dive to the clash at the feast. How can I get more? That's question of the week. Follow on Twitch, there's nothing that they won't play. Game Marks Podcast every single Monday.